Sony Shuffle, the app release, is not just an album, but an interactive application entirely conceived and written in Max MSP by myself. It is a composing and remixing tool where each composition can be endlessly transformed by the listener's action and choices or through algorithmic automation or a combination of both. It is an innovative interactive release, which in this case features the music created from a graphic score by myself and performed by a 48-member electronic orchestra with some of the most remarkable musicians in the electroacoustic and experimental field. The list of the names is contained in the USB card containing the software. When you browse the content of the USB, you will find several files. The most important ones are the application for Windows system and the application for the Macintosh system. When you start the application, you will see immediately one main control section. It has a lot of features. The best point to start is to follow the 7 steps with a corresponding number. This is the first step. Here you can select the number of your overlapped layers over which the sound cards will be distributed. The amount of sound cards per layer is the session sequence will then depend on the number of layers, since it will be the result of 48 sound cards divided by the numbers of layers. Basically, if I choose 4 players, I will have 4 layers. If I choose 6, or I can choose 8. When I do this, for instance, the so-called green playground will appear, and it will show you the 8 layers. So with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 box, which will contain the so-called sound cards. The second step allows you to load the sound cards within the cells in the layers. You can use the original embedded sounds, or you can use your own sounds just by drag and dropping a folder on this spot. Let's start using the original sound cards contained in the software. The system is now loading one by one each card, and as you can see, every symbol of each sound card represents a specific sonic process, and in this case, in each sonic process you can see the name of the artist that developed it. When you go to the third step, you can select the duration of each sound card. That means that when the application will start to play, it will start playing the first sound card of each layer overlapped. So when it will start, it will play simultaneously this card, this card, this card, this card, and up the 8th one. After its duration, if no other choice has been done, it will skip to the next one. And to go from the first one to the next one, it will make a crossfade which will go from 0 to as many seconds as you want. For instance, if you want to put 3 seconds, you do it in 3 seconds. There is in fact a way in the 4th step to select the same crossfade direction for all the crossfade points. And now you see most of them are at 0, except the first one I put a 3 in it. If I now put a 6 for all of them, as you see now, all of them have a 6 in the crossfade point. 5th step consists in the starting the run through the application. Let's see and hear what happens. As you can hear, the first layers of each row is starting to play simultaneously, and you could do some mixing here by moving the mixing fader. This allows you to control the amount of volume per each layer, each one of the 8. Here you can have a distribution, a spatialization over 360 degrees in case you have more than 2 speakers. So this is the spatialization system area, and this is the master output. Here you see which are the channels where are routed the 8 layers. At the moment they are routed just on 2 speakers. You can select the routing of each individual channel per layer in this section. So after the playing has started, it will wait 5 minutes before going to the next one, unless you do some global actions here, like I can change simultaneously all the cards, and you see that within the duration of the crossfade it will play the second card of each layer. So now the second cards are playing, and this has happened through a 6 seconds crossfade. Here is how it sounds. I can also individually change the card, which is a very important element, because in this way you avoid the synchronicity of all the events. This shows you the elapsed time, and here the 6th step allows you to combine your interactive actions with the software with some algorithmic and automatic playing of the session. So when you start the automation on, you'll see that some activities are happening here in the mixing section. You see the mouse is stopped, but still the faders are moving up and down, and also the mute and solo button are starting on and off, and also the actions here under each card is changing. So this is now freezing, for instance, and someone else is freezing too, or they could change. So this will create a very wide amount of possibility of mixing and orchestrating the material with or without human interaction. This will last forever, because after the last card of each row has been played, it will start from the beginning, or at some point you can decide to stop it, and to stop it, step number 7, you simply have to input the amount of seconds for the duration of the fade out. So for instance, now I lift the volume up to hear what's going on. Let's say I want a fade out in 6 seconds. I just have to put 6 here, and it will end in 6 seconds. So that's basically the list of the main 7 steps. You can disable the hints here. So this is the beginning on how you use this application, which is allowing you to make some more sophisticated controls, but for now I just listed the 7 basic steps, and of course you can have a deeper understanding of the software by going into the app release website or by using the instructions manual that will show you and explain a lot of things about the software. I think that's it for now. Thanks for listening.